Hi Erie, my name is Susannah Faulkner. I'm a current City Council member, and this May 16th, I am running to keep my seat for City Council 2-year term.
Tell us about your history with Erie.
I am born and raised in Erie, PA, and I love it. I grew up right by Harding School in the West Bayfront. My dad had his own small business as a repairman, and my mom was a public school educator. I spent my time in the city, but then when I was 10, I moved out to the county, which was quite a shock for me, being in Mill Creek. I came back to the city to attend Collegiate Academy, where I graduated in '07, the castle on the hill. When I was in high school, I didn't see a ton of opportunities for myself in Erie. I had an internship with the Erie Art Museum. I was really curious about art administration and public administration, as well as nonprofit leadership. I also wanted to be the change. I spread my wings. I went to college in Ithaca, New York, worked in Denver, Colorado, went and did my master's degree in London, and then worked for the last few years in the Bay Area in California. So in the fall of 2020, after 13 years away, I finally decided it's time to come home. The pandemic had uprooted all of our lives, and I saw a great opportunity in Erie. Plus, I really missed my family through the pandemic. So I'm really grateful that what was going to be a temporary move home in the fall of 2020 has turned into me really putting my roots down here yet again after 13 years away. I love my current positions on City Council, as well as my role with the Sisters of St. Joseph Neighborhood Network, serving as their Director of Development, and then also my personal passion, which is dance, ballet, and performing arts. I'm a ballet instructor at Erie Dance Theater, which is a program of the MLK Center. I grew up in that program at the King Center, and I'm so delighted to give my knowledge and experiences back to the kids of Erie today.
What makes our city so special to you?
Erie's special for so many reasons, but I have to say the number one reason is the people. And so coming back here, I've been able to meet so many new folks, people who are new to Erie, new Americans, refugees, or people who sought out Erie because of our beautiful Great Lake. I think we have some wonderful organizations run by incredible people. I also love our nature, our environment, and the 4 seasons that we have here. So I want to fight to protect that, and I believe that we can create an Erie that really works for all of us.
Tell us about your first 2 months on City Council.
It has been a whirlwind on City Council so far. I was sworn in on February 15th. I'm incredibly grateful for the appointment based on my strong education and work experience, as well as some of my expertise in economics and public budgeting. Being on City Council is honestly a dream come true. I love fighting for the everyday people of Erie, fighting for the most vulnerable. I'm currently working on 2 initiatives, one surrounding better protections for renters. I'm a renter myself in the West Bayfront, and so there's a lot of improvements that are needed in our city, given that our state has very minimal tenant protections. I'm also working on improving coordination for mental health treatment and care. That's another personal passion of mine. I used to work at a youth mental health agency in Oakland, California as policy and advocacy manager. So I'm currently coordinating between our county Department of Human Services, our city government and officials, as well as our police department and fire department, given that I am currently serving as public safety liaison on City Council. So I've really enjoyed it so far. My fellow City Council members, it's been wonderful to get to know them, and I think as demonstrated by all of our recent unanimous votes, we're working really well together.
Why run for office in Erie? How did you end up on City Council?
I saw an opportunity for leadership, and I decided to step up. As soon as Ms. Allen resigned, I had several people reach out to me. I was flooded with texts, people asking me, hey, are you going to throw your name in the hat? And so after much consideration and conversations with different people in and outside of government, I decided, yes, it is time to step up. It's time to be an advocate for the kids that I serve every day. It's time to be an advocate and represent the people in the neighborhoods that have so often been forgotten in Erie. We have a really long history of division, of redlining, of discrimination and injustice to so many of our neighborhoods and our neighbors. And so I saw this as a key opportunity to bring a voice of sensibility and reason to council and to truly fight the good fight and ensure that we are uplifting those who need it most, which I believe are kids in poverty.
What is your platform?
My platform has 6 key points. Like I mentioned, addressing Erie's child poverty crisis is my #1 mission on City Council, and not just on City Council, but in the work that I do every day through the SSJ Neighborhood Network and Erie Dance Theater, as well as the various boards and groups that I volunteer with in Erie. Ever since coming back here in 2020, I have seen that child poverty has over doubled since I left Erie in 2007. Erie has not recovered from the Great Recession between 2008 and 2012. Unlike Pennsylvania and our nation, child poverty has risen in Erie. Compared to Pennsylvania and our nation, which have a 17% child poverty rate, Erie has 44% of our kids growing up poor. This is an issue that every adult in Erie has to work together to address. We have to fight for different policies and systems that support our families in poverty. Things like improving our child care shortage. Things like a living wage ordinance to ensure that we have family-sustaining jobs. The current median wage in Erie is $11 an hour. No one can work full-time at $11 an hour and support a family. We have to do better, and it's all of our responsibility. So, cutting child poverty is my #1 issue. Now, there's 2 big root causes of child poverty and poverty in general, and those are housing and mental health. And so those are my next 2 big policy points. I hope to create more safe and affordable housing. Now, I have rented in all kinds of big cities, London, San Francisco, Denver. I have had a really difficult time renting in Erie. And so I want to ensure with the different organizations that I work with and the people that I talk to every day that we are fighting for more good, safe, affordable housing for all. For every 100 families in Erie that are looking for affordable housing, only 30 can secure it. We have to collectively do better. And as a professional grant writer, I hope to work with the city and their administration to find more grant funds and address this in a multitude of ways with public-private partnerships, as well as those federal and state grant funds. Now, mental health. This is something I'm incredibly passionate about. I'm already working on improving coordination between our city, county, our police department, and our service providers. And so I'm going to fight to improve mental health services and treatment options. My last 3 policy points are other things that I deeply care about and I've fought for my whole life. #1 there on this next list is supporting unions and living wage jobs. A living wage in Erie for a family is somewhere between $24 and $25 an hour. I know most of us are not earning that. I'm barely earning that. And so we need to work with our unions, we need to work with our top employers to ensure that we can raise these wages. Next, I want to protect Lake Erie and our bayfront. We are so lucky to live with this beautiful freshwater and ecosystem all around us. As I lived in California and I experienced wildfire after wildfire, we are so lucky, and we must cherish and protect our Lake Erie and our bayfront. So those are 2 additional points that are so incredibly important to me. And my 3rd point is one that doesn't get a lot of attention from the public, but it's something that I've had my eye on for the last year of working in Erie. We need a balanced city budget. The city of Erie could possibly run a massive deficit in a couple years. We cannot have that. We must improve our tax base, create more homeowners, but also we must implement the recommendations from the 2019 PFM report. You can find this if you Google City of Erie PFM report. It is public. There were some really incredibly intelligent financial analysts who came into Erie. They did a report of how we can better balance our city budget and be more sustainable so we can provide the critical services to our neighbors and residents. So I really want to fight for a better balanced city budget as we enter the budget season this fall.
How will you be different?
I bring a global perspective to my role here on City Council. I have worked in policy, public affairs, nonprofits, corporations in 3 countries and 4 states. Having worked for the Labour Party in Ireland and England, I've seen how everyday working class people can be civically engaged and find real solutions to decades-old problems. Also, I have quite a bit of experience in conflict resolution and negotiation. I've been really happy to see the conversations that we're having both in front of the public on City Council as well as behind closed door with my fellow City Council members. I feel like we're in a really productive place right now and we're able to get things done. I also am different because I'm a young woman. I am coming to this with a master's degree in public policy, over a decade of experience, as well as the personal experience of living in and out of poverty. And so having that, being a renter, and other things that make me more relatable to the everyday person in Erie, I believe that I can bring a perspective that is much needed and possibly even refreshing.
What would you like to leave voters with?
I really hope to earn your vote on May 16th at the primary. If you're not usually a primary voter and mostly only vote in presidential elections, please come out. Local politics is where the most important decisions are happening for our community. I'll be number 3 on the ballot for the 2-year city council seat. In the meantime, I hope you reach out to me in my current role on City Council. You can reach me at 814-602-1031. That's my City Council line. I would love to talk to voters. Also, I need your help to get elected. If you'd like to come and phone bank or help fundraise or door knock, please reach out to me, and you can follow my Facebook page at facebook.com/elect Susannah Faulkner. Thank you so much for helping me get to City Council on February 15th, and I really hope to earn your vote and stay on for another 2 years on May 16th.